So for the learner profile, my top 3 for the multiple intelligences: bodily kinesthetic, musical, and then logical mathematical. I had the exact score for bodily kinesthetic and musical, and then just 1 point different for the logical mathematical. I was not really surprised by that. As far as the bodily kinesthetic, I do, like when I'm teaching, I like to move around, and I know that my students don't like to just sit still all day, so I do try to build in as many breaks as possible, brain breaks, let them move around sometimes. And even when we're doing it, like like in the afternoon, a lot of times I would throw in like a movement break. Like I'll do it with them. Like if we're doing, I'll put on a little video, maybe it's just like 2 minutes long, we're doing jumping jacks, lunges, like you'd see me right in there doing it with them because I like to move around too. The musical, when I am teaching, like when we've done a concept and I presented it in a few ways, I will incorporate music and things like that. Like for example, I know when I'm doing coins, there's this Jack Hartman song and it's like a penny, and it's going over all the different coins. My students love that, and it's just like the repetition like really helps them. Logical and mathematical, I wasn't really too surprised that I scored high for that. I am a good problem solver. Okay, looking at the auditory, visual, kinesthetic, between those 3, the modality strengths, just a second. Okay, so auditory and kinesthetic were my top 2, and then visual was just a little bit below that. So the kinesthetic, learn best by touching, doing, moving. I do think that when I'm learning something, it's very helpful for me to try it out. Like I have a couple classes right now that I'm in, and my one class, like we don't, to be honest, like there's no assignments. We had like an introductory video, we had a midterm, and then a final. And like the presentations are helpful. However, like when we had to do the midterm, it was like, I wished for that class that I would have had activities like Dr. Cry has us do. I wish I would have had activities along the way to like help me learn, because when it got time for the midterm, it was like, it wasn't that I didn't know the stuff, but I feel like I would have been a little better prepared for it if along the way I would have had like some practice things. So like, yeah, I just learn better by actually doing it. And then auditory, yeah, I do think I can learn good by hearing. Visual, I am such a visual person too, even though I scored a little bit lower. Like I think even when I'm thinking about directions, and if someone says, I'm just thinking about a restaurant near me, like P.F. Chang's. If someone asks me to describe it, like I'm not somebody that's going to describe it as like, oh, go west and turn here. And like, I'm not the exact location kind of person. I'm more of a relative location person. So I could literally describe exactly how to get there. Like I would say, okay, drive down 6 Mile Road, make a left when you get to Haggerty, turn, like I'm going to describe everything that's near it. It's near the Kroger, it's near this Noodles and Company. I could give you the full picture. Like I really picture things in my mind. So I am a visual person. And then hold on 1 second. Sorry, I don't want to forget anything that was on this list. Okay, as far as the lighting and all that, that doesn't really affect me. Like I can learn in natural light. I can learn, like right now I have a lamp on. It doesn't really affect me too much. Sound doesn't have too big an effect on me either. Like, yeah, I don't want like a ton of background noise, but honestly, sometimes if I'm writing a paper, I might just throw on like backed up episodes of Grey's Anatomy on my TiVo and be like listening to it if I'm just like writing. Like I can definitely multitask. Posture, I would definitely say that I could work on sitting up a little straighter, but I'm kind of bad at that. Time, I think I do an okay job of keeping track of time. Movement and grouping, I did kind of mention that, like, I don't really like to sit still. And then even when I do sit still for too long, it's funny, like, I usually wear my Apple Watch. It's charging right now, but if I'm sitting still for too long, or if I've been like teaching all day, literally there have been times where like my coworker would laugh at me. Like, I might just do like a couple lunges or just like move around because I feel like I need to like get my wiggles out. Grouping. I work well in a group. I think that I typically take on like a leader position, but yeah, I like working on group projects and things like that.